Adam, you've been saying for a while now you're searching for that identity.
Yep.
Was that it tonight?
Yeah, well, we're chasing some small wins, and it all come together tonight. We actually thought it come together a little bit last week, but to do it in front of the crowd, there's 55,000 there tonight, and they have turned up every time we play. So that environment just added to the energy of the group, and we've had a pretty good availability the last 3 or 4 weeks. So the guys are getting used to playing with each other, and the things we chase, the little things we're chasing at the moment, if we get them right, then we're in the game.
That start was outstanding. As a coach, what did you make of it?
Well, I thought our backs were terrific in the first 20 minutes. Our mids were pretty good, and so I think it was like 15-4 against inside 50s. We reduced the scoring and we kicked 3 goals, won ourselves. So we didn't want to sustain it that way. I thought the second quarter was probably our best quarter.
That 5 minutes we read at the end of the first quarter, we kicked 2 and set up another. How crucial do you think that was in terms of stemming the tide of Freo's momentum?
Yeah, I was on the lift on the way down, so I don't know what happened. We kicked a couple of goals. So yeah, we always thought the midfield battle was going to be really important, and really impressed with how our defenders held up early. And then when we got some supply and our mids got on top at stages, I think the forwards did a really good job of bringing the ball to ground. I don't know how many intercept possessions they had in our forward half, but it felt like when it hit the deck, we were pretty dangerous.
Did you expect within 6 rounds to have all these elements of your game style coming together?
We're nowhere near finished products, no. Yeah, we've had a good couple of weeks, and I thought the Sydney game we started to see the communication got better and it was a bit more organised, and we sort of knew what each other were doing. But we're not the finished product at all. We had a good day today, and we played a really good side that we highly respect, and they had an off day as well. So no, we're pretty steady on this one.
Do you suspect the players are enjoying this style of play?
Well, they've got clarity. So we just want to be good at the contests. We want to be good at clearances. We want to keep the ball in the front half if we can. There's not much to it at the moment. We haven't talked about our ball movement really. We changed a couple of things here and there, and it's when it works well, we seem to be in the game. So that's where we're starting, and we'll just continue to work on that until we get really good at it.
How important was tonight, Adam, engaging both Alex Pearce and Luke Lyon, both players that had outstanding starts for the Dockers and in sort of nullifying their aerial presence?
Yeah, it's a big part of what we're trying to chase. You know, if we can't put a lot of pressure on, if we concede intercept marks, so getting it in there is the first priority, and then trying to make it a contest. I think the first few rounds our forwards were a bit off with their pressure. I think since probably the Sydney game, we corrected that a little bit, and they put a lot of heat on the ball if it hits the deck. So it's not to say it's happening every quarter, every game, but when we do it well, we're alive.
Consistency of some of your players. Over the last few weeks, Waterman's kicked 11 in 2 weeks. Kelly, out of midfield, Reid again. You must be having that consistent taste over 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I was at pains to say to our players, we don't want to rely on Jakey kicking 5 or Elliot having 15 clearances. We just want good team footy, I suppose. So, but we'll take it when they deliver like they have. We just can't rely on individual brilliance at the moment. We just got to keep it pretty steady. So our players know their roles. They're pretty clear with it. And yeah, it's pretty boring talk. I'm sorry, but it's just where we're at.
Just on Jack Darling, he reached a milestone. He joined Peter Sumich today. It's been tough scoreboard-wise. It's been tough for him this year. I think he had 2 goals going into tonight. But for him to get the teammates look pretty happy for him when he kicked that second and joined Sumich's.
Right. Yeah, I didn't know that, but yeah, I'm sure he probably knew it. But he's probably epitomises what we're talking about. Like I think since probably round 2. He's really bought into, and his body's a bit better, but he's really bought into what we're trying to do. So just because he hasn't kicked a lot of goals doesn't mean he hasn't contributed. So we've all got trademarks. He's a trademark player 3 weeks ago, and he's playing his part. And if he gets rewarded with a few goals, then that's a bonus.
You've spoken, and Don spoke as well, about getting the players battle hardened or game hardened to be able to keep doing this week after week, not just for 2 weeks or 5 weeks, but for 23. Are you confident that you've got that ready at the moment and that you'll be able to do it, even if it doesn't mean necessarily winning all those games, but being able to be in the contest and do what you do?
I don't know. Yeah, I see how we go. We're sort of coming from a fair way back, aren't we? With about just trying to be competitive has been our priority. availability's been pretty hard the last couple of years, and there've been lots of reasons for that. So the continuity of the group, if you have less changes every week, you're going to grow a bit more quickly. So yeah, I'm hopeful we can sustain it. But it's such a short sample size. You know, we're coming off 2.5 years of just trying to be competitive. So we've had probably the first 2 wins in a row since 21. So I'm a little bit cautious to suggest that we're on our way. We'll see how we go next month.
Knowing their strengths coming in, what sort of focus did you put on the contest?
Well, that's the thing, I suppose. Doesn't matter. That's part of what we're trying to do anyway. So it's pretty clear for our players. We'll do the same thing next week. We'll try and do the same thing next week. And every week you confront some really good midfielders who are well established. So that won't change. But yeah, their strengths around the midfield is obvious. Their back half, they're hard to score against, you know, traditionally. So their back half's had a pretty good year. And they haven't scored as much this year, but against us, they've scored a lot. So I think they're missing a couple of vital players as well. With the high half forwards, didn't have the same, you know, guys they normally have. Amos missing early. So they had some things they had to deal with.
There's a bit of a Harley chant in the crowd going
Was
there.
there?
How much are you enjoying being part of that ride, and how much do you kind of absorb that?
Oh, we love what Harley's doing, and our internal expectations are not what he's producing. They're a lot higher. They're probably just meeting expectations publicly. So I'm really cautious to not overplay it, because he's 19. You know, it's hard to sustain that coming into the AFL. But why he keeps doing it, I think we should all enjoy it. But let's not get too worried if he has an off day. So yeah, he's playing with that spirit and freedom that I think we all appreciate and enjoy. And today he did it a little bit differently. He kicked 3 and really energised the crowd and the players. But we're not expecting that every week. We'll take it, but it's not something that you know, like I said, if he's just part of the team, then we're all good.
Do you feel like the other players are feeding off that energy? Do you sense it?
I'm sure Harley will be the first to say it's not about him, and you know, it's about all of us. So when he contributes, I think we all know the pressure he seems to be under, the expectations. So I think we all enjoy the fact that he contributes the way he does. But I'm sure he doesn't want us to say it's about him, although he's a very good player and he's helped us.
Just the injection of youth in general, how much is that to the
Yeah, youth is important. I feel like I've said this a bit. We're quite old or we're quite young. The middle-aged players, we're going to still work on that in terms of that dynamic. So I think our leaders and our older players are really standing up and allowing the younger guys to flourish a little bit. That's today and the last few weeks. So yeah, while that combination's working, it feels pretty good. It's just when you rely too much on one or the other is when you struggle. So I think they're complementing each other.
How do you celebrate the wins? Like you said, it's been a lead a couple of years. Do you give yourself that opportunity to enjoy last weekend?
I have a quiet one tonight, and then I won't be doing a lap of honour this week.
You do need to celebrate the victory.
Absolutely, yeah. No, we'll do that, but we're going to. It's a long year. It's been a long 2.5 years, so the smiles on some of the players' faces have been through that, and coaches have done so much work. That's really pleasing, and supporters who've stuck by us as well. But it's 2 games, so it's hard to be. The reality is it's a tough season, and for us to be competitive, we've got to be dialed in every week.
Adam, what did you make of the Tomorrow tackle in that last week?
I didn't catch it all, so I can't really comment on it, but I hope he gets off.